feeling who, but who's next on our list?
Next is one of the people that will change Toru's life as we go on, and that person will have to be none other than Prince Charming, quote unquote, or Prince Yuki from the school she goes to.
Well, to
He
say, if you mentioned Prince Charming from Shrek 2, I was gonna slap you.
Ew!
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's
No,
what I
he's
thought.
known as the Prince Charming at their school.
Yeah, I wonder why.
So Yuki, he's very
He's very stoic.
yeah, he has a he feels very isolated and has really really low self-esteem the more we learn about him due to his past, which I will not disclose. But other than that, he's very very attractive. He is accomplished. He has a whole bunch of people that admire him, and he is super super reserved.
Office fan club, please.
I'll admit, when I first saw Yuki and stuff, I didn't know what to expect from appearances alone. I thought he was just like one of those top grade, always on time type of people and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's just quiet about it, or just like, yeah, like I thought that it was just one of those bland characters. But when I got to know about him, I was dead wrong on that one. Once I got to know Yuki and my thoughts on him changed, he's a really cool dude, I'm gonna admit. Though there are some things I'll still question and stuff, but I digress. Though most of his quips reminds me of Hazard's a bit.
I mean,
Wait, I think I heard this one before.
oh, I hate you.
Who else wants to give on the thoughts of the Prince of Yuki?
I'm gonna be honest, my initial impression of Yuki, sarcastic little shit.
I'm a mouse. Duh.
I'm a
Funny-
mouse. Duh.
Yeah, but he also clearly also enjoys antagonizing people on occasion. You can tell looking at him.
Oh yeah, he absolutely loves to tease the shit out of Kyo.
At the same
Also-
time, he also will basically give someone a lot of shit if he sees they're in the wrong about something.
Especially to Kyo.
How am I supposed to come up with an excuse if both of you transform too? Don't you dare try to blame this on us, you stupid cat! Go ahead, say that again! Stupid cat. Why, you little— Cut it out, both of you!
And Shigure.
Often calling him stupid cat.
Also, let's not forget Ayame and Shigure, because he gives them a lot of shit.
More on that later.
So, if you can't tell by their subtle humor over there they're making, yes, Yuki is a rat. And we don't mean like a dirty rat or anything, no. He, like Zami pointed out how most of these Somas turn into animals. He is the rat.
Yeah, Yuki Soma, he's part of the Soma family that's cursed by these Chinese zodiac animals, and he is the rat.
Yep.
Not to be confused with Ratatouille.
Oh, damn it, I was hoping he'd make me some food.
Rattata.
Compared to Toru, he's actually shown to be a super horrible cook because Shigure did say that he burnt dishes a lot, or quote unquote, oh yes, I am ready for freaking Yuki to cook burnt eggs and burnt miso again from the one episode where Toru had to go back home.
Of course. You're not too handy in the kitchen, are you? Well, Kyo, I guess that leaves you.
Why do I gotta do it?
No, it's all right. If you don't mind letting the last of the wonderful beef stew that Toru put her heart and soul into preparing for us get burned to a crisp, then neither do I. After all, I suppose burnt beef stew will be just as satisfying as burnt miso soup, or burnt rice, or burnt eggs, or any of the fine burnt dishes Yuki used to make for us before Toru fell into our lives.
Lovely.
It's like, yes, I'm absolutely ready for this ashed tray and your wonderful burnt cooked meals,
So
Yuki.
basically like this gif in the group chat here.
No,
Yeah,
God.
that is Yuki.
Okay. Rossi, you want to give your thoughts on Mr. Yuki?
I have nothing to say.
Absolutely nothing?
Absolutely none.
And nothing to say.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's fine. If
Yeah, that's good.
I already gave my thoughts on Yuki, so
Zami doesn't need to give her thoughts on Yuki because, well, she can if she wants to, but since she already knows what to say about him and shit, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's free to explain if she wants to give her thoughts about him, but given what she knows already, yeah.
Yeah, I've watched this anime for like 15 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
This is why we're having her be at the research table for this time instead of Hazard people.
yeah, 15 years ago when it was like airing on some random channel, and then after that my friend lent me the manga and I read that and all that stuff. Yeah.
And Zami was kindly enough to buy me or give me like 4 Fruit Baskets mangas that I've been reading on my time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyway, I think I know who's coming up next, so let's hear him.
Okay, so the next person that's to blame to from saving Toru from her tent mischief is Shigure Soma, and he is the owner of the house where Toru lives at. He is shown to be the dog from the cursed Chinese zodiac. He's the dog.
High school girls, 1, 2, 3, high school girls.
All for me, high school girls. I'm sorry. I had
God,
to
He
laugh.
is he's an author, and he is super fucking lazy. Which is shown whenever his the person in charge of his writing and all that shit will go over and pick his shit up. He is just like a mess to deal with. He's super lazy and just loves to tease the shit out of his publishers and all that crap, and just keeps laying jokes. He's also very dirty-minded.
High school girls, all for me.
But he is also shown to be super manipulative, sadly.
That is true, but I feel like that more of the manipulative side kind of showed more a little in the newer version.
And in the manga.
But
No, to be
we'll
fair,
probably explain the whole manipulativeness when we introduce a certain character that he kind of did that with. But,
Oh yeah. That's gonna. That's. I don't know if I want to add that.
Well, we'll probably add it when we get to it. You know what I mean? Like, come across that bridge when we get to it. But I will say, if you haven't seen the clips or gifs of this, I will mention it later. We'll mention it most likely later when his name is pop up. But his interactions with Ayame is hilarious.
Oh yes. Other than that, he is like the fucking central of comedy. Shigure will literally bring out and make you laugh if it's not Ayame.
Oh yeah. But the reason also before anyone asks why I said the high school girls, I would like Crossy, if you could just edit in that small clip or audio of him just saying that, because literally that is something he said in the show.
Those dirty dog.
dirty dog indeed.
He is as horny as an actual dog.
Bork bork.
He bork.
Doggy style.
No!
No, why?
Well, you know what they say, knick-knack, Pennywhack, give a dog a bone, he'll give the bone back. Okay, let me stop.
God
Let me
fucking
stop.
damn it.
Alright,
Let's just
who
get
wants to
Soma.
who wants to give their thoughts on Shigure?
Okay, I'll get my thoughts. Basically,
I'll give mine afterwards.
on the one hand, I want to make this joke, but nope. Basically put, he's a dirty dog. Not a dirty skunk like Bugs Bunny would have called him, but a dirty dog. He is, I'm gonna be honest, he's a fucking troll. I gotta say it. He is a goddamn troll of how he pranks the shit out of his publisher so much.
Oh,
To the point where-
I apologize. It's actually his editor, and her name is
His editor.
Mitsuru.
Yeah, how he trolls the shit out of his editor to the point where she is literally developing severe anxiety disorder because of him.
Not to mention that she also tries to kill herself multiple times.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't she almost hang herself in one of the episodes or something? Literally, this man is causing a woman's death.
Or close enough. Shigure.
And instead of showing worry, he's like, "Could you at least not kill yourself at my doorstep?"
Yeah. But what's even more fucked up and trolly is that he already had it finished. He just didn't give it to her until the last second or something.
Oh yeah, he loves doing that. Like, he has his work finished, but he likes to troll the shit out of his freaking editor.
Because he apparently gets bored. God
Also,
fucking damn it, Shigure.
Also, Zami, I'm not sure if you know, but I'm curious. What kind of books does Shigure write?
He is known to write erotic novels.
Yeah, literally,
Mhm.
he writes regular novels as well, but a lot of his work is basically trashy romance stuff, or
Yeah, it's
basically erotica.
it's literary novels,
I
and
wouldn't,
he does erotic novel shit on the side.
I wouldn't be surprised if those are the same erotic novels that Kakashi or Jiraiya read in Naruto.
But yeah, literary novels under his own name, and then he does trashy romances underneath another name.
What was that name?
They didn't say.
Yeah, they didn't say. It's just
Aw, damn it.
the wiki said pen names.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! I thought that it would have been a funny like animal pun name or some shit because it's Shigure.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a pun on his animal thing and in that pen name somewhere.
Anyway, but yeah, like I said,
The
it wouldn't be
Romance of 1964, written and illustrated by Dog Bitch.
Doggy Bone.
Oh my god.
Anyway, but yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if those erotic novels are read by Kakashi and Naruto and shit. Anywho,
Okay.
Cross, so you want to give your thoughts?
He's a good father figure to the
Somewhat.
boys. He's kind of like the glue that keeps them together.
Well,
Oh yeah.
he has his moments, yeah. He does.
Yeah, Shigure. Not only did Shigure save Toru, but he actually saved Yuki. I will dwell on that later when we reach a certain someone.
Mm. Yeah, but yeah, you'll probably curious who it is if you don't know, but if you do know, you just know. That's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho,
You know.
if
If
you know, you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
next character.
Next character is last but certainly not least of the three musketeers of these, the star characters.
Somebody once told me.
Yo.
Shigure Soma, he is cursed by the spirit of the cat, but it is not in the Chinese zodiac.
He's basically the irregular.
Yeah, he's basically the irregular.
You want to
It
explain
is
that little bit of
implied
that?
so because the legend says that if he hadn't been tricked by the rat into missing the feast, he would have most likely been part of said zodiac Chinese zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
So Kyo, he is known as Carrot Top by Uotani, stupid cat through Yuki. And Uotani also calls him anger management boy. But he is very short-tempered and a very awkward person when he first starts to introduce himself to, these people. But he's also very charismatic. But yeah, he loves to fight Yuki, which again I'll explain later.
And eventually, and occasionally Hatsuharu.
And Hatsuharu. We will get to Hatsuharu later.
I have a favor to ask of you, Crossy, because we're bringing up how Yuki and Kyo always tend to fight each other.
Yes.
Could you just Photoshop Kyo and Yuki's head onto Tom and Jerry for me?
But again,
Yeah, just like Photoshop their heads onto the Tom and Jerry intro, please.
Speaking of Yuki, he's also extremely competitive, and he can easily be manipulated into doing shit he doesn't want to by turning everything he doesn't want to do into a competition, especially if Yuki is involved. Like, dead ass, I am sure if you were like trying to get Kyo to do something, but he's like, nah, I don't wanna. Okay, well, I'm sure Yuki can do it much better. What did you want me to do?
Fuck this dick. Anyway.
He's like, no, fuck Yuki. What did you want me to do again?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, and he has a
that.
severe hatred of leaks.
Oh, he hates leaks. He
I don't
hates
get that.
leak.
I don't get that. Why?
I don't fully get that either.
I don't know
but
if it's.
He also hates miso, but as long as it's soup, you're fine.
The only reason I could think of he hates leeks, but I doubt that's it, is because of the whole fucking thing with cats hating cucumbers because they look like snakes or something.
Like you
That's probably
toss a
why.
random thing to a cat and they're like, ah!
Yeah, because apparently there's a rumor that the reason cats jump so high away from cucumbers or something because it looks like snakes to them. Apparently.
Alright, so any thoughts on Kyo?
First appearances alone, I thought he was like one of those. Not really a bad boy per se. I feel like one of those hot-headed and shit, like blood types and stuff, and just likes to get in trouble, as most elder people call a ruffian.
Or delinquent.
I mean, he is
Refracts.
often viewed as a delinquent because of his hair color.
All right,
Mhm.
I forgot. This is Japan, where if anything outside the normal dark black hair, you're considered a delinquent.
Yeah,
I mean-
but it wasn't as bad as if, say, someone was basically blind. God forbid it was apparently natural.
Or God forbid if you dye the hair.
Like, you were pretty
Heaven
much
forbid you
considered
dye
like
your own
a
hair.
borderline delinquent if you like. And the thing was, I've looked this up. Redheads in Japan are a rarity, but it's a natural thing. Like, it's a rarity, but it's a natural occurrence. Or at least what I've read somewhere.
Yep.
It's just they're because they're so rare, people assume, oh, you dyed their hair red. But I think we're getting off track here.
Yeah.
Crossy, your thoughts about Kia?
He is baby. And a tsundere.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
He gives out. It's not like I like you or anything. Baka.
I question how he's baby though.
Because she has a crush on him.
His cat form.
I figured as much.
He's like a little teensy pissed off baby.
And if I remember correctly, Crossy, you ship him with Toru.
Mm-hmm.
Damn
Pretty
straight.
sure everybody does if they watch the series.
I don't know. I've heard there are some people who ship Toru and Yuki, but that's not.
Oh, there is a handful that really thought that Yuki should have stayed with Toru.
Yeah, but the manga explains their relationship better in depth.
Mm-hmm.
That it was mostly assumption that there were romantic feelings.
You know, this is completely off topic, but Yuki, this was never stated in the original anime, but it was stated in the 2019 anime remake and in the manga. Yuki does not have romantic feelings for Toru. He views her more as a mother because his mother was always abusive to him and basically ignored him. So what he sees Toru as is the mother figure that he always lacked.
Which, if you think about it, makes a lot more sense than it probably should.
Mm?
But also, going back to Kyo, my impression of him, he's very hot-blooded, and he can be a dickhead sometimes, but his heart's usually in the right place. So basically, a hot-headed jackass with a heart of gold.
Yes, pretty much so.
Justin, you already said your thoughts.
Yeah, I did. And
Yeah, I know.
like again, Zabby doesn't have to give hers, so she.
Yep,
no.
I already.
That's fair.
All right, so Hazard already did it, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Like, that was my
Okay.
impression of him. Like, it took me a while to like the guy, but ultimately, he's not the worst person in the world.
Though we have a running joke here in the Retro Warrior office that it will be funny to see Kyo from Fruits Baskets interact with Inosuke from Demon Slayer.
Yeah, because Kyo loves to get into fights.
Man. Man.
There was literally funny you say that. He literally said that line at one point during I think it was either the remake or the original. He actually went and said that line.
Time to pay the piper, rat boy. I'm here to collect. That's right, you better get your tough talk out of the way while you can, cause I'm about to wipe that stupid little smirk right off your face!
Alright, Gunpachiro Kamaboko, I'm gonna bring you down!
He get along famous.
Yokiro Kamaboko, I'm gonna bring you down.
God damn it.
All right, continue.
Speaking of boars, let's go ahead and move on to Kagura Soma, which is the boar of the Chinese zodiac. Funny enough.
Oink.
I demand ship art.
Her
Of
personality is strangely derived from her impulsive behavior associated with the boar in which she's associated with. She is a girlish girl with superhuman fucking strength, seeing how she freaking spins Kyo all over the place like a freaking rag doll. Not to mention, speaking of Kyo and Kagura, she insists that she is engaged to Kyo.
But it's
and
largely
whenever
one-sided.
and whenever it comes to showing affection and love to Kyo, it takes form in berating and beating him the fuck up. And let's see, I believe that is it. Oh, and one more thing. When Kagura was a young girl, she actually decided to go ahead and play with Kyo because he was like so alone and shit. And one day she just like threatened him like, you better marry me or I'm gonna do this. And she uses knives in the manga to threaten him, and in the anime it's a boulder. So
Good
either
grief.
marry me in the future or die.
So my choices are for marriage is either get stabbed by knives or crushed under a boulder. Lovely.
A knife in the newer anime and in the manga, and a boulder in this version.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
how- She's bipolar as fuck. I'll just say that right now.
I
Yeah.
demand ship art of Inosuke and
And who?
She wants ship art of Inosuke and the boar girl.
Suddenly, life has a new meaning to me. There's beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly you're in love.
Oh
Yes.
God. They get along
Yes.
famously.
They're
And
gonna
all
get
I have-
along very well.
And all I have to say is, as a voice of Inosuke, no.
As someone who can imitate the voice of Inosuke, no.
No. Let me say this in multiple languages for you. No. That's Spanish for no.
In Russian, yet.
gotta love that mic quality, guys.
In
In-
whatever,
in-
in German, 9.
In Japanese, yeah.
The only thing I know in Japanese is shine.
Which means die.
Shine!
Shine.
And
Okay,
in,
thoughts on
in
Kagura?
Ebonics, hell no.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're from New York, oh hell no. Anyway, back thoughts on Kagura. She's when I first saw her, I thought she was bipolar as hell.
Oh no, that you get that vibe because of her impulse behavior, because again, she's the boar.
And not only that, I thought she was a yandere, those crazy yandere types that would kill anyone that tries to take her away from Kyo and all that. You know what I mean?
She's very persistent.
Oh,
she is.
yeah.
No matter-
Again, boar of the Chinese zodiac, and she's associated with the,
Borush.
you know,
Boy,
like-
that's you.
I have there is a Yu-Gi-Oh card that actually emphasizes her personality just beautifully. You want to know what that card artwork is? It's Rush Recklessly, because that's how she is.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that one cartoon pig that knocked over some monsters or whatever.
No, I'm talking about the card Rush Recklessly in Yu-Gi-Oh. You can't fault me for saying that either. I mean, if you look at that artwork of Rush Recklessly, it makes too much sense. Just good God. Like her overall temperament is just frightening at times. But yeah, that's one of my opinions of her. I mean, don't get me wrong, she can be a sweet girl, but some of her impulsive attitudes kind of outweigh that a bit, in my honest opinion.
again, To those that, I mean, apparently it's common that sort of impulse behavior is associated with those born in that exact same zodiac year, which is the boar. So, if anything,
Or just born with the spirit of the boar, which is still
Mhm.
pretty fucked.
I'm not sure how I should feel, given how I was born on the year of the boar, apparently, and all. So,
Crossy, your thoughts?
Just again, persistent.
Mm-hmm.
She is like the Amy Rose.
she is
That's a
the Amy
scary thought.
Rose
That is
and
a-
Kyo.
That is a scary thought in itself.
And again, I demand correct ship art of Kagura Inosuke. I will make a short AMV in this part if I have to.
God damn it! Stop making AMVs.
Again. No.
Fine.
And if any of you do make that crack ship, I will find you.
You will
I will
find me.
find you. I will bring you down. But yeah,
Moving
I
on.
think that's all we can say about Kagura. But before we move on to that, just one little tidbit. When it comes to the whole Kyo being like going back to Kyo for a second, because we forgot to mention this. To be fair, when it comes to Kyo being the cat spirit, one thing that should be noted: the reason why he's not mentioned in Zodiac initially is literally because the cat spirit is believed to be a bad omen or a curse within the Soma clan.
Yes, that is true.
And because that Kyo takes a lot of fucking grief from the Soma family.
That he does from his father as well. It's not shown in
Ugh.
this anime, but his father in the new one and in the manga absolutely fucking despises his son.
It's to the point where he legitimately wishes Kyo was dead.
Mm-hmm. He's like, instead of making your mother kill herself, I wish you would have done it.
That's
Kyo's
just
father, it's an
toxic.
absolute ass.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit.
If you like commercials, you're gonna love the next couple of minutes. We'll be right back.